I've been in love with jasmine my entire adult life. I've bought it in tubs and bottles and tiny glass vials wrapped in tissue paper. I've pressed my nose into jasmine hedges in other people's gardens in a way that, on reflection, probably alarmed the neighbors. I thought I knew it. I thought it was mine. Then someone told me about indole. Indole is the molecule responsible for the characteristic beauty of jasmine. That particular warmth, that sweetness, that quality of richness that makes it the most used floral ingredient in commercial perfumery. Indole is why jasmine smells the way it smells. Indole is also present in human feces, in animal waste, and in rotting organic matter. At higher concentrations, that is exactly what it smells like. I'm going to give you a moment with that. The molecule that makes jasmine beautiful is also the molecule that makes death smell like death. The flower and the decay share the same signature. This is not a flaw. It's the entire point. And the fragrance industry has been quietly aware of it for hundreds of years. Indole is an organic compound produced during the breakdown of protein present in the human gut, found in decomposing matter. At the concentrations found in floral absolutes, it registers as warm, slightly fleshy, animalic, alive. It's the thing that makes jasmine smell complicated rather than simple, real rather than imagined. Remove it, and you have a pleasant smell that doesn't make your heart do what jasmine makes your heart do. Perfumers have known this since there was such a thing as serious perfumery. The great indolic florals of the early 20th century, Caron's Narcisse Noir with its dark orange blossom, Petou's Joy with its extravagant rose jasmine, were controversial precisely because of this quality. They didn't smell like well-behaved flowers. They smelled like flowers that had made choices. The industry's move over the past several decades has been toward cleaner versions. Jasmine that smells like the idea of jasmine. Tuberose that smells like tuberose through frosted glass, which produces entirely pleasant fragrances. Pleasant and also slightly dishonest, in the way that a photograph of food is slightly dishonest about hunger. Barbara Herrmann wrote the book History, Scent and Subversion, and she also, with Antoine Lee, made a perfume. Night Flower is built around the full indolic character of tuberose. Let me spray it on skin. The fleshy, slightly alarming, alive quality that the market has mostly decided to explain away. The scholarly project of Herrmann and Lee's composition is to take the flower seriously, to say, this is what tuberose actually is. You can have the sanitized version, or you can have the truth. In 1948, a woman named Germaine Cellier had a similar idea on a considerably grander scale. For Carr, her tuberose for Robert Piguet is the most operatic expression of the indolic floral in the perfumery canon. Let's smell it on skin. Whew. Fracas is maximalist, overwhelming, unrepentant. Celier's pushed the tuberose so far into richness and depth that it stopped being a flower and became a statement. You don't wear fracas at a dinner party unless you intend to be the subject of the dinner party. The assessment upon release, unwearable. The assessment 20 years later, one of the greatest tuberose compositions in history. The gap between those two assessments is just the time it took the culture to catch up with what Celier had already understood. The flowers that smell of death are also the most alive. That's not a paradox, that's perfumery. Here's the thing I've come to understand about indole. I don't want less of it. I want to know it's there. There's a whole category of fragrance that smells like nothing will ever go wrong. It's clean, bright, inoffensive, the olfactory equivalent of a lobby with good lighting. And I understand the appeal. I do. Some days that lobby is exactly what you need. But the florals I keep coming back to are the ones that hold the tension. The ones where the beauty and the something else coexist and refuse to explain themselves. Night flower and fracas, 75 years apart. The same refusal to look away from what the flower actually is. You decide which one you're ready for. Personally, I am almost always ready for both.